Greetings, my friends. I am Gilles Mansillon. I wanted to come and say hello today. It's very important to realize that it's a time for a sacred pause. It's a time to integrate. If you have a very busy agenda, busy schedule, do what you need to do. But it's better to make the agenda a little bit light. And if you feel you're stuck and there is nothing moving and you don't really know what to do, don't do anything. The less we'll do right now, the more we'll move forward and we'll be able to get to the next level. It's really about a sacred pose that is going on. I want to discuss a little bit of that. It's really a dance of energy between energy and consciousness. Life has always been like that. Everything, the matter is only a support. But originally, this world is in a free will zone. So it's like there was duality that was happening, darkness. The darkness went all the way up to the seventh dimension 200,000 years ago at the time of the Lucifer rebellion. Those celestial beings rebelled against the Creator Son, the Father God of our universe. And so they brought the fight on the ninth dimension because that's where the plan of God is being formulated. And then the eighth dimension is this collective group soul agreements, and then it goes down through the dimension. But all of that has been cleansed all the way down to now there is only the lower fourth dimension and the third dimension that needs to integrate this elimination of darkness and illusions and ignorance and suffering. So it's like, but for that it requires the active participation and collaboration and free will choice of each and every human being to let go of the connections they have to demons and lower astral entities. As long as they cultivate and they worship or they adore their demons, or they follow they go self-pleasure regardless of the consequences or the vice or all these lower things. They are part of us. Everything is part of us. But the light has to be dominant over it. And some people are still dominated by their demon, so until they overcome that, the lower fourth dimension and third dimension will still have this sort of darkness, this sort of heavy energy. Yet there is an increase in light and frequency coming from the cosmos right now. And as the collective consciousness grows and people move towards their own light, they reconnect to their own soul and spirit, this is becoming more and more difficult for those lower frequency entities to hold on to this world. Because on ascended world, there is no such a thing as free will. Every being has voluntarily chosen love, wisdom, forgiveness. And so the will of God has replaced the free will. So they still have free will, but they do not go outside of the law, outside of the one. They do no harm. Right now we are in a recalibration chamber. It's really what's going on. We're like inside a cocoon, and the butterfly will emerge naturally. It's not about fighting, so the butterfly can come out of this cocoon sooner than is ready. But it's okay to accept that the stagnation is an illusion, and there is really a sacred pose because we're learning. We need to learn to be, not to do. But in a magnetic universe, you have to do. So we've done so much. We've planted so many seeds. We've watered them, and the trees have grown. But it's very important that we know that we are human being. We are not human doing. So it's about being right now. We are learning to be in union with the stillness of the Creator. Also wanted to discuss the fact that there's going to be many technologies that we're going to be recovering, remembering, or new technologies that will be coming, and a lot of them are sonic technologies, whether for healing or to transport things. There is all kinds. Sound is very, very powerful. It's complementary to light in advanced technologies, and so we'll discover all kinds of very powerful sonic technologies. For sound can kill as well. So just and even in our words are very powerful. We need to be very careful how we use our words. For me, I feel like no matter what the limitation I am going through, I have to use my words with just the gratitude and the acceptation of the wonderful thing that God has presented before me in my consciousness, and to be as if I'm already there. So speak, act, and do as if you're already where you want to be, as much as possible. The original sound is home. Home, home, mani padme, home, home. That's the basic sound of the 0 point that holds everything together. For sound and light was complementary in the creation of the universe. We also have to develop telepathy. You can practice with your animals if you like. It's an easy way to do it. Most telepathy works through symbol and holographic messages, yet they are translated into the mind through words, because if our mind is open enough, we get the whole thing, we get the whole story, the telepathic, all telepathy includes an emotional aspect as well. So it's the frequency, but it's God will translate it into words, so to make sure we understand when it is important that we understand. It is important also to call on, if you want, well, it's free will, but to call on the fusion with your archangels in the seventh dimension to connect to this. This angelic nature, just as the ascended master, the timers, they connected to all that, and all the ascended masters they took on the name of the timers as a collective. The timers is a sacred heart. It's like we activate our timers. It's also our immune system. And in advanced civilization, the timers, the sacred heart, is just as big as the heart, but for us, it's like it's been shrunk to a great degree. That's why there is illness, and so, but and also to reconnect to the masters of Shambhala and to the celestial dragon and the order of Melchizedek. Call on them. A lot of them do not have the power to intervene in your life unless you call on them, but to fuse with the 7D archangel, your seven-dimensional nature, by the fusion with your archangels, will be quite useful. Also, there is the logos. Logos are sacralized energies that assist us to integrate larger forms of cosmic energy, like the Lord Buddha is the planetary logo. Helios and Vesta are the solar logos. Lord Melchior is the galactic logo. Lord Melchizedek is the universal logos. And the Mahatma is the cosmic logos, but it's a collective logos that includes the 352 dimension of the Creator universe. And also so that we call on the celestial dragons. They're really eager to come and assist them, just as the fairies as well. They're really wonderful little beings. They're very poetic. The fifth and sixth dimension for the most part. So, and cultivate the connection to your sacred triad, your diamond God self, your sacred mind, and your sacred heart. All of that through the triple flame, the blue flame of power, the yellow flame of wisdom, and the pink flame of love, as well as calling on the violet flame of our beloved friend Saint Germain, or Lady Amethyst, Lady Portia, or Lord Zadkiel, Archangel Zadkiel, to transmute all the energies. Eventually, what we seek is to really be integrated within the golden white light of our soul, which is something non-spiritual, but very, very that it's a bridge towards the spiritual. For the past 20 years, it's been a process to remove all of the 3D programs to install the 7D matrix consciousness. Very slowly but surely, we are being removed all kinds of 3D programming. It's to work from a higher self to be replaced to the 7D matrix, so we can achieve the ascended mastery. And the soul will once the lesson is, will repeat the same lesson until it's learned. Once it's learned, it move on to the next lesson. The soul doesn't have moods or anything. It just has an agenda, and it will to get us where we need to go to be free and ascended. And for that, we need to be free from the influence of our lower mind to move into soul reality. Once we do that, we are able to travel freely through the multi-dimensional universe. For me personally, I was blessed with great knowledge from my master guides that really gave me access to this ability to travel in the multi-dimensional universe. And I've been practicing it since the early 90s. I did hundreds of initiations, and I'm going to open an agency to initiate people, to teach them to do that. It's not that complicated, just a matter of wanting and willing to be willing and to go through the experience. And as we practice it, we get more adept to it. It's always better to do it in group at the beginning, although we do that alone when we sleep. We move into another dimension in the event. I also wanted to send greetings to Lord Arcturus. You want to call on the Arcturian collection. They won't interfere with your will if you don't call on them. But the Lord Arcturus is a Elohim, and he will assist you in bringing you back health, wealth, balance, and harmony. Arcturus is a perfectly balanced system. And there are many planets and all the moons and they all are completely and they exist in all dimensions, but there is no fallen energy or no rebels on Arcturus. There are many groups and beings that are able and willing to come and assist you. If you want to practice telepathy, you say, well, every day you ask, and then you say, well, at 3 p.m. I'll be free for half an hour. An Arcturian will be waiting for you to practice telepathy with you for half an hour or so, or an hour or whatever your agreements with them can maybe. They have an amazing ship that's in the solar system. It's not a huge ship. I visited a couple of times. It's called the Athena. It's a beautiful place. It's an amazing place. I haven't been able to see all the ins and outs of that ship, but it's really wonderful. And Arcturus is really a home away from home. You have to understand it's a civilization and a star system that's always been very close to my heart, and I've been working with my Arcturian friends for a very long time. We have a very important missions coming up in the future. But it's also a mid-station. Arcturus is a place where higher spirits, when they come down into physicality, they have to pass through Arcturus to decide what they're going to be doing and what their soul are going to be deciding, if they polarize positive, negative, or what they want to do when they go down to lower energies. Most of their civilization on the 10th dimension, but they're the keeper of the 5th dimension. They are also the shepherd of the human soul. They've been assigned by God to be the shepherd of human souls. When people have near-death experience, they fall into the matrix of Arcturus, and they feel the love. They feel the amazing love of that dimension and energy. And so you can trust the Arcturians. They're really wonderful beings. They're really just as the Lyrians and the Pleiadians and the Syrians and the Andromedans, and for all beings that are Christic, that are into the light, they may be rebels. They may be beings that are on the lower frequency that come from those systems as well. But I've never seen from Arcturus, but from other systems, it's possible. I've seen not negative, but lower frequency Pleiadians. And the Orion War started on Sirius, so it's but Lyrian and Vega and those were the founding the grandfathers. If the Pleiadians would be a father, kind of a father energy in terms of genetics in influence, as well as the Syrians and the Arcturians. The Lyrians would be our grandfather. For they are the ones who implanted a lot of things about exopolitics, exohistory will be revealed very soon. We just right now we need to continue our alignment, to be patient and to align with stillness as much as possible, to not be to understand that the less we do right now, probably the faster we're going to get to where we need, and to realize that it's already manifested, that if it's already there. The card of the day is the thinker, so it is very much about making plans, making lists, be ready, all the things that you want, make a list of all the things you want to do, all the things you want to feel, all the things you want to experience. God is working on it. The whole universe is trying to prepare that in the kitchen of the universe. So it's about the logistic, about strategy. Work out the details. Be open if you see that you need to remain open, because there is certain things that do not be stubborn to want to hold on to something if it's not what the feeling doesn't support it. But it's very much about making plans and to be ready for the unfoldment that will come all at once. I've been trying for many years to negotiate with Spirit to have it come progressively, but didn't work. Say, well, if we would do that, we would have to let go of the plan of God, and that's not wanted. So the plan of my soul, so it wouldn't be acceptable. So I have to accept the waiting a little bit. I thank you so very much. Not to forget to subscribe. I thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and for your donations as well. Thank you so very much. I'll show you just show some paintings that was done. Those are very settled. They have a lot of. It's about revealing the invisible, the world of energy. It's very much all those very different energies. We go through so many states, and there's so much energy. But like Paul Klee, the Swiss artist, used to say, it's like art is about revealing the invisible. And Henri Matisse was also saying that art has to be about something beyond art. It's not just about decoration. So it's like there was a lot of settled energies within those paintings. I'm really eager to return to work for this work I do, to work with the arts. Is really wonderful to meet other artists and other dealers also, gallerists and people who share this passion for art. It's like it's so nice because even if we don't have the same taste with other dealers or gallerists or curators or agents or whatever, we share one thing, is the passion for art. And so I'm really eager to put a suit and tie and be able to return into that world. And the card of the day is patience. It's like Spirit is telling me, well, just be patient. The higher wisdom is doubt. So in the meantime, we are, because until it's something manifests, it's okay we have the ability to doubt it. So it's about overcoming the doubt and to be sure. What we need to understand is enthusiasm, to keep our enthusiasm while we wait. What we need to do is the reward. We are the reward. We're going to be rewarded for all our work, and the reward is coming. So that is really to be in the gratitude and the acceptation that we deserve the rewards that we're going to be getting. And the outcome will be the mission, because the rewards will open the door for the next level of our mission. So once we overcome the doubts, we find listening. We are able to, we just need to listen to our soul and spirit and higher consciousness that frame our existence, to tune into the guidance. The guidance will always bring us back to a positive energy. Once we overcome the doubts, we find abundance. We are already abundant. We're abundant. We just haven't manifested the abundance we seek, maybe, but it's all in the works. And we find righteousness. We stay true to ourselves. We stay right. We stay just. To be just. Do not be unfair. To try to be as fair as possible. And when you make mistakes, just correct it. Trust the reflection of your guidance as well. Well, my friends, I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.